What up, you nerds? Fallout here, and today I am recording my YouTube video live while streaming on Twitch because we are out here knee-deep in Season of the Witch. Hope you bear with me through today's video. Today we're here to talk about the Diris, which is the brand new exotic weapon in Season of the Witch, and it happens to be an arc grenade launcher. If you're wondering, no, this is not a power or heavy weapon, this is a special weapon grenade launcher. If you have the paid version of the Season Pass, you can get this gun pretty much right away and start fiddling with it, and I actually kind of recommend that you do because it is really good. Maybe not completely crush the meta, take over everything good, but it definitely has a place in the current sandbox, and I will tell you what that is. But real quick, why don't we go over the exotic perks? The most notable perk is the Nucleosynthetic Magazine, which I think I may have pronounced correctly. The magazine continuously draws ammo from reserves, and the mag enables firing arc projectiles that detonate on impact. Translation, you are now officially a Hive Boomer Knight, and you never need to reload your gun. Yeah, you heard me right. There is no tricky activation criteria or anything you need to do correctly in order to get that to work. The gun will literally just auto-reload itself every single time you fire the weapon. As you can imagine, this makes the Diris really good for PvE and ad clear in general. But there's more perks to go over. The next one is Loyal Moths. Final blows with this weapon create a loyal moth. The moth will seek out nearby targets and detonate, damaging and blinding them. Basically exactly what it sounds like. Every now and then when using the weapon, you'll get a final blow and you will notice that a moth, a friendly moth that belongs to you, will appear out of nowhere and track down the nearest enemy and detonate into a big arc explosion. I already thought the gun was kind of good enough, already really fun to use for ad clear, but the additional benefit of being able to send out a friendly moth to nuke more enemies is really, really fun. If anything, it'll give you a little bit of extra DPS on the field. The final trait to talk about is Corrupted Nucleosynthesis. This weapon enrages when dealing or taking sustained damage, gaining increased rate of fire when enraged. For whatever reason, the gun won't tell you on the HUD when you are enraged, but there is a way to tell. If you ADS the weapon and look at the green dots on the far edge of your reticle, when those green dots are illuminated, you will know that you are officially enraged. It does take a minute to become enraged, and when you do become enraged, the benefit is that you can fire your Boomer grenade launcher slightly faster, which is kind of nice. Don't expect like Cascade Point Randy's throwing knife level of firing speed though. It'll just be a little bump in your rate of fire to hopefully clear ads a little bit quicker. Okay, how does the gun rank in PvE? I think that the Diris is going to thrive in PvE above all other forms of content. I'm not going to be bringing this into PvP anytime soon, which I will touch on shortly. It's not really a secret that weapons with really good or no reload speed perform damn well in PvE, and because the Diris literally never needs to be reloaded, it naturally is going to do very well in PvE content. Now, I can already feel some of you wondering out loud, why the f would I use that new exotic when I have access to a crafted Forbearance grenade launcher? And I'll be real, that is a damn good question. The Forbearance grenade launcher has been a goated PvE special weapon in D2 for quite some time now, especially if you have a crafted one with chain reaction. And I mean, chain reaction is also direct competition to the friendly moth ability from the brand new arc grenade launcher. I mean, a new moth to track down enemies is fun, but does it really have that immediate punching power the way that a chain reaction Forbearance has? Here's what I think. I don't think that the Diris grenade launcher is going to put the Forbearance out of a job anytime soon. If you have a Forbearance, it is still a goated ad clear weapon. It is really, really good. But that being said, there are plenty of D2 players out there that don't even raid. They've never raided. They don't have a fire team. They're solo players. Maybe they never got a good Forbearance to drop. Maybe they never did the raid enough to get a crafted Forbearance. For those players, the Diris exotic grenade launcher is probably going to be a godsend. It is probably, I would call it, maybe we have Forbearance at home. You've got a lot of utility in the fact that you never have to reload the grenade launcher. You get extra fun factor in the moth explosion damage, And on top of that, it all pairs really well with arc builds. Granted, Forbearance pairs really well with arc builds too. But again, if you're a new player, if you missed out on the Forbearance hype train, I really recommend grabbing the Diris grenade launcher and fiddling around with it a little bit. Okay, again, to quickly summarize, I think the gun will do very well in PvE. I'm still going to use it even though I have a crafted Forbearance because I like the no reload factor and I do think it's a really fun weapon. But again, it does get some competition from Forbearance, but it will shine for new players or players who have never raided or gotten a goated grenade launcher before. Okay, elephant in the room. Why don't we talk about the Diris grenade launcher in PvP? If you're worried about a new goated grenade launcher meta taking over PvP by storm like it was with the mountaintop, I've got really good news. The Diris sucks butt in PvP. Now, before you rush down to the comment section and write something like, oh, I bet Frostbolt will be able to go to the lighthouse with this gun. Yeah, they probably will. I mean, if you're ZK Mushroom or Frostbolt or Sir D or any other goated PvP player who literally plays this game for a living, I'm sure you can put in work with the Diris grenade launcher. However, for the rest of y'all out there who just casually enjoy PvP or barely touch it at all, this gun ain't it, which I'm actually really happy about. I don't want to be in another PvP meta where we are staring down the barrel of some overpowered, annoying grenade launcher for multiple months, just begging for the bad times to go away. Even with a straight up direct shot to the body with the Diris grenade launcher, you will not be able to get a one-hit kill in PvP with this weapon. I can only imagine that was really very deliberately done by Bungie to make a weapon that would thrive in PvE, but not be oppressive or annoying in PvP. And you know what? Golf clap from ya boy. I think that alone is why I'm mostly excited about this weapon. A fun weapon which is viable in PvE, super entertaining, puts in work, very enjoyable, new player friendly, not oppressive or annoying in PvP. A+, hats off to the weapons team. Again, you can try and use it in PvP if you want to do splash damage and then maybe finish them off with a primary weapon, but at that point, why bother? Final note on the weapon, there is an exotic catalyst, and take this with a grain of salt, but I've heard through the grapevine that the exotic catalyst will increase the rate at which you are enraged when you are amplified, and final blows may make you amplified. So the gameplay loop there on paper being a way to quickly get enraged with the Diris grenade launcher so you can get that rate of fire faster. Final blows will make you amplified, and then you get quicker enraged when you're amplified. Just a way for you to get enraged quicker to get that faster rate of fire a little bit quicker. And that is about it. A fun, viable exotic grenade launcher for new players and maybe people who don't have a goated forbearance or anything like that. Pick it up, go have fun in PvE. And if you're not doing anything today or for the remainder of the week, I will be streaming Season of the Witch over on the Twitch channel. Looking forward to hanging with and talking to you there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on stream.